And I think he knew. Tosin looks like he's possibly been played on. Is it Cunha on the far side?
But the goal is going to stand. And Chelsea are 1-0 up. And Tosin has his first Premier League goal for the Blues, and now he can celebrate it.
Well, his touch was actually very good. Loads of bodies around. Comes at him at pace.
Better from Cunha that time. Sanchez has lost it and they bundled it in for an equaliser. Wolves back level with just seconds to go in the first half. Now Madueke does get it. Dewsbury all trying to get it, and there's Cucurella, and he'll turn it in for 2-1. Mark Cucurella, Johnny on the spot. On his 100th Premier League appearance, he gets his third goal of the season, and Chelsea have their lead back.
And I've got to say that I've admired his want to get into the 18-yard box again tonight.
Palmer sends it in, good ball as well, and in by Noni Madueke on the goal line to give Chelsea some breathing room. Wonderful delivery from Palmer initially.
Alright, a beautiful win for Chelsea yesterday at the Stamford Bridge against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Yes, they won the game by 3-1. Goals are from Tosi Adarabioyo opening the scoring for the Blues. Of course, we have Marco Cucurella getting the second goal for Chelsea yesterday before Lonnie Madueke seal up the 3-pointer for the Blues. On that note, I welcome you to the Tuesday edition of Sport Today on the biggest sporting platform on 103.5 FM, broadcasting live from Bodija here in the city of Ibadan. Here we have the latest. I'm nothing but the biggest coming from the world of sport. And on the show this afternoon, guys, later today, Champions League football will be back. Liverpool will be in action later today. We'll talk about that on the show. I will give you the latest coming from the world of tennis also, because we have one of the biggest games going down live as we speak right there between Novak and Carlos Alcaraz. Yes, we are done and dusted with the 4 sets of that game. Carlos Alcaraz won the 4 sets and Novak came back in the second set of that game to win 6-4. We are currently in the 3rd set, and of course it's looking like Novak leading the 3rd set. Before the end of the show, we tell you all you need to know coming from the world of tennis. And of course in the world of NBA, 2 games went down this morning. For the Clippers, they lost after their victory against the And for Utah Jazz, this morning we saw them, they were in action against New Orleans Pelicans. Of course, Pelicans won the game after extra time. Of course, they won the game recording 123 to 119 points. Away from that, also we give you latest coming from the Nigerian Premier Football League, because later this weekend action will come back to our screen. Of course, we give you the latest of the match postponed by the Nigerian Premier Football League. I will not be alone in the studio this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I got some couple of guys in the studio working together, and of course our coach is back on the show. Good afternoon to you, coach.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Ibadan. Good afternoon, your state, and good afternoon, Nigeria at large, especially the Yoruba land, the Yoruba race. I say good afternoon to everyone. It's been a long time coming to the program, but well, glory be to God, we are back. And
Happy New Year to you,
Happy New Year to everyone. This is the first time I've been coming onto the program this year. I say happy program and a prosperous New Year. From January to the end of December, I pray we will always be on the good side of the Almighty Father. Amen.
All right, before we get to all the action that we have for you on the show this afternoon, quickly we start from the world of tennis. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity. Let's start with tennis this afternoon. As we speak now, we have one of the biggest games going down right there at the Australian Open between Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz. From the 4th set of the game, we saw Alcaraz winning by 6-4. And of course, second set, we saw Novak coming back and winning 6-3, 6-4 rather. And of course, we are currently in the third set now. And of course, it's looking like Novak taking the lead as we speak. From all that result that we saw from the female category, Kogov was sent packing just today by Paulo Badoza, 7-5, 6-4. And of course, we saw Sabalenka also in action today, winning a game 6-2, 6-2, 6-3. Yes, it's getting more interesting coming from the world of tennis. Let's focus on football. Ladies and gentlemen, just yesterday night, we saw the Premier League action between Chelsea and Wolves. Chelsea won the game by 3-1. Of course, we saw the mistake by Sanchez, and of course, a couple of misses by Nicholas Jackson. Coach, let's get into all this action.
Well, in the game of football, it's all about winning, losing, or draw. And what really happened yesterday was when you look at Chelsea, you can see that the confidence is already down when they play some matches, some teams that they should have used in picking up some points. I believe if Chelsea Chelsea have won like 3 or 4 of their games that they drew, they would have been like they would have been at the top of the league now, or be at the second of the league, because Liverpool to drop like 1 or 2 points. So I believe that that game yesterday, that winning yesterday, will at least bring them back to the summit where they belongs to, the fourth place. And I believe from there, I believe they can use the game as a yardstick to bring back the confidence that we know that we know them with. Although I don't, when people are saying Chelsea are under pressure, to me, I believe Chelsea are not under pressure.
All right.
Because when you look at them from the beginning, before the beginning of the season, not many people would have believed Chelsea would be where they are today.
Where they are currently.
And again, I said it before the break, the New Year break. I said what Maresca is saying about we are not tied to contender, we are not tied to contender, may affect the players. Fine, might not be saying this in the dressing room, but this team is still a very young team. Some guys maybe, they might not be putting their best when their coach is always coming out and saying we are not
in the title
race.
But
I believe if you come out, okay, you find yourself where you are not supposed to find yourself. You find yourself there. Okay, now let me have the belief in my players and said, okay,
we can do this.
We can do this. It happens. Leicester never believe they win the league. And when they get there, they have one of the most experienced schools when it comes to the football world. Ranieri, then who happens to have coached Chelsea. So I believe that is a yardstick for them. When you have tell them that, oh boy, fine, we are here. At January we are leading. We can do this. I believe what Maresca should be saying. Maresca should stop saying we are not in
the title race.
He's not putting. He's just putting those boys on
unnecessary pressure. All right, let's talk about their games before that. Wolverhampton Wanderers, they are winless in their 5 Premier League games. Against Everton, it ended goalless. They went to Fulham, also came to the bridge, and they went home with 3 points. Against Ipswich Town, they lost by 2 goals to nothing. Against Crystal Palace, they played a 1-1 draw, and against Bournemouth ended in a 2-2 draw. And just yesterday, they are back to winning. With moving further in their next game, which is going to be against City later this weekend. Do you see them getting the maximum 3 points?
See, I was talking to somebody, last week. I said Chelsea of now is not that different from that Fulham. That's the Crystal Palace and those other teams you are looking at. It's just the name Chelsea. Some of these players who are playing for Chelsea now are not that kind of a player that can play for Chelsea when Chelsea was still Chelsea. I remember when Drogba was there, they still go for world-class strikers. Drogba was there, they go for it too. Drogba was there, they go to Fernando Torres, Higuain, all of Shevchenko. These are top strikers. Who are we going
Diego
for now?
Costa.
Who are those players that Chelsea are going for now?
I mean, they are going for a couple of young players.
They are young players who are still growing when it comes to the experience. That's what I'm saying. Like, fine, they have the money. But they are not spending that money the way. To me, they are doing fine. I'm not saying they are not doing fine. It's just the name Chelsea that is picking that team up.
All right.
You understand me? If those players happens to play for Crystal Palace or like Fulham, nobody will be complaining. But the pressure is on them now to win something.
They've spent a lot of money.
Yes,
100 million worth of players.
Before this team will start working, it will be like 3-4 years.
All right, let's leave that now.
Man City, they are playing now. Man City is back.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would have loved them to play Man City when Man City was grumbling and fumbling. But now, when Man City is back, you know it's always a grudge match.
Definitely.
So I give it 50-50.
All right, let's go to Stamford Bridge this afternoon and listen to the coach of Chelsea, Enzo Maresca, talking about the team performance right after that victory against Wolves.
How big a win was that for you tonight?
Big win, especially after 5 games, without the win. And I think the first half, 40 minutes, we were brilliant, score, create chances. Then the last 5 minutes of first half happen again what is happening in the last period, that we lost a little bit the confidence. And then second half we score, and I think the game was completely in control.
How pleased were you with the character and the attitude in that second half?
Yeah, absolutely, especially in the last 4 or 5 games we score and then we concede after and we struggle. Today we score, we concede, but then overall I think we deserve.
Right, away from the bridge now, let's focus on some Champions League games that will be going down later today. Yes, the Champions League is back, and of course it will be getting more interesting later this evening because Liverpool will be in action. One of the games that we will looking forward to today will be Liverpool against Lille. Of course, we saw Liverpool, they still remain unbeaten as far as we speak this season. Atalanta also will be in action. AS Monaco against Aston Villa, Benfica against Barcelona, Liverpool against Lille, Bologna against Borussia Dortmund, Atletico Madrid will be playing against Bayern Leverkusen. Yes, we have a lot of games to look forward, and of course Club Brugge against Juventus. But then let's focus on Liverpool performance in the Champions League. They still remain unbeaten as far as we speak.
Well, when you are getting it right, means you are getting it right.
Yeah.
And when Man City was getting it right, when Barcelona was getting it right, when Real Madrid were getting it right, nobody complained. You always know that they are going for a match, and they always go out all the way to win the match. So Liverpool playing Lille, we can say it's 70-30. I don't want to know what Lille is doing in France, but when you see Liverpool, the way they are playing now, the way they are full of confidence, you know that okay. It's not as if they are under pressure to win this match. Although their coach might decide to rest some player because if you see their position, they might decide to look, let me rest some player because of the league. But who are they playing next when it comes to the league? They are not really under pressure.
Very, very
so to me, I believe they are going to go all the way to at least to buttress the points and say, okay, we are never going to walk alone. They're still going to win that match today.
All right, talking about Juventus also, this season they still remain the most team that is playing a lot of draws. Of course, in their last game at the Serie A, they find a way to secure 3 points against the AC Milan. But then they'll be playing later today against Club Brugge. And talking about the Champions League, we saw some interesting game. Of course, they defeated City this season in the Champions League. So going head to head to Club Brugge later today, are we seeing them getting the win away from home?
Juventus? They may. You see, some big team in Europe this season are just that we just know for them for the name they we call them. A team like Barcelona, it's just the name. It's even the Real Madrid of this world are just coming back to the Real Madrid that we know. Do you understand me? If you see that, if you see some top leagues, you see that the team that are top in the league are not supposed to be the one top in the league. You see Atlanta, how many years has Atlanta top a league? Do you understand me? When so all this thing is happening because some of these teams are having their problems.
But talking about Juventus now, they are currently on the 14th on the log in the Champions League after playing 6 games.
That's what I'm saying. It's only the name that you are hearing Juventus. When you hear Juventus, only the name can beat anybody.
But the quality is not
there.
there.
Big Man City now.
But the quality is
but,
not
but
there.
the quality, see, I was listening to a documentary where somebody said there's no more passion in football. Even when teams are having problems, Juventus went to relegation. They went to relegation. They came back the next year with full of pride. Do you understand me? Nowadays, most of these players are only going for what they are going to put into their pocket. What they are going to put on Instagram, what they are going to put on all this TikTok and their WhatsApp pages. Do you understand me? So they are not really having that passion for that game. That's why you can see a player after losing a game going to a club. You can see in Nigeria will not qualify for a World Cup. The next day you'll be hearing there's a guy on the yash. He's partying. He's celebrating his birthday. When you see somebody like Ronaldo crying because he lost a Saudi Cup. That means the passion is different. You see a Messi losing, crying because he lost Rayo Vallecano or anything. So the passion is different. The football is now going to where people don't think, okay, it's only a game. I watch a movie called It's Only a Game. So most of the sportmen and sportwomen we have this time around in this our time only go for the team because for their pocket. So to me, Juventus is only the Juventus that we know, but the passion and that's the hardness in that team is no longer.
It's not there. All right, guys, you're still on to sport today on 103.5 FM. I will be going on a short commercial break right about now, and when we return, we talk about other games I'll be going down later today and take stories from the Nigerian Premier Football League. Of course, it's still going hot right there at the Australian Open between Novak and Carlos Alcaraz. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
On 103.5 FM.
The essence of interior design will always be about people and how they live. It is about the realities of what makes for an attractive, civilized, and meaningful home environment. This is our foremost concern at Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, and this is why we stay faithful to your own taste, because nothing you really like is ever out of style. Mr. Johnson Furniture and Interior Decoration, we specialize in importing and delivering quality royal beds, sofas, lights, and doors to every home across Nigeria. We are located inside Dokafort Filling Station in Leura Junction, Akala Express, Ibadan. Call us up on 080-913-35706 or send a WhatsApp message to 090-445-30230. We don't just sell quality products. Our maintenance team is on standby to give free routine maintenance for a whole year after purchase. Mr. Johnson Furniture, our passion is to bring affordable luxury to every home and offices.
láì dènà pẹnu umrah àti hajj níléeṣẹ́ aljanna travels wẹ̀lẹ̀mú alhamdulilayi rabbil alamin gbogbo àwọn tó ń bá wa rìnrìn àjò ló ń kan sára tí wọ́n sì ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba Allah láì kábàámọ̀ nígbà kọ̀ọ̀kan ilẹ̀kùn tún ti wá sí fún ìforúkọsílẹ̀ hajj 2025 tó fi mọ́ umrah ramadan tó ń bọ̀ lọ́nà dẹ̀dẹ̀ yìí àwọn èèyàn ti ń forúkọsílẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn tó ti ń bá wa rìnrìn àjò ló lè ròyìn pẹ̀lú ìgbádùn àwọn òtẹ́ẹ̀lì tó ṣàrà ọ̀tọ̀ tí ò jìnnà sí haram ní Maka àti Madina oúnjẹ tó dọ́sọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ tó fi mọ́ síyára ọ̀fẹ́ fáwọn alálàájì wa tó bá ti wáyà yẹn má fàkókò játa àmọ́ èyí tó bá wù yín nínú ètò hajj 2025 basic executive standard tó fi mọ́ VIP wà ńlẹ̀ ẹ kàn sí Aljana Hajj and Umrah Services Nigeria Limited lólùléeṣẹ́ wa tó wà ní Navada Plaza 140/142 Liberty Road Elewure bus stop Ìbàdàn tàbí kí ẹ pè ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 0904-444-4945 tàbí 0703-711-7801 àṣepé iṣẹ́ bí ẹni fẹ́ràn jẹ̀kọ́ ní hajj àti umrah ní Aljana Hajj and Umrah Services Limited.
On 103.5 FM.
Alright guys, welcome back from that short commercial break. You are still on to sport today on the biggest sporting platform in Southwest Nigeria on 103.5 FM. Yes, you can join the conversation live on Facebook at 103.5 FM. You can also call into the studio line at 09151-035555. Yes, let's talk about what is going on right there in the world of sport. As we speak, it's still ongoing right there in the world of tennis. As we speak now, we have Carlos Alcaraz trying to find his feet in the third set of that game after the massive comeback by Novak in the second set. So going forward, how do you see Alcaraz winning this game?
Well, you can't take anything away from Novak Djokovic. He's a veteran, and most of his mates like Rafael Nadal, all these this guy from
big
Spain,
guys, yeah.
all those ones are retired now. So him and what's this guy named from England,
Andy Murray.
Those ones who are like the veteran when it comes to the table to the log tennis now. So Alcaraz coming to this team, he's playing one of the senior men in the game. So when it comes to the experience, I believe Murray is having the experience more than Alcaraz. But when it comes to the agility and the strength, the youthful strength,
Alcaraz has everything.
Having that. So the two things will work for them. If Alcaraz can easily take it easy and one out, maybe he can one out Andy Murray. Maybe some mistakes will
Andy Murray or Novak Djokovic.
Novak Djokovic. If he can easily like try to
extend
the way he take his shot to the angles, he tried to like move him to the left, to the side. I believe even injury I'm not praying for it. Maybe can set him because he's not so if he's moving from the left to the right, if you can walk him out from left to right, from right to center, I believe that guy will be tired out.
Definitely.
And I believe Akaras can easily take that advantage. But when it comes to, okay, let's see the experience, I believe Nova all the way.
All right, it's getting more interesting because we saw that game later today. Paul lost to in a very interesting 4-set thriller in their game. And from the female category, it was a shocker seeing Paulo Badoza coming back into action, defeating Kugov in a very 2 straight sets, 7-5, 7-6. And of course, for Sabalenka, currently in the semi-finals after winning a game 6-2, 6-5, 6-3. So it's getting more interesting coming from the world of tennis. Away from tennis now, let's go back to football. Starting from the local scene this afternoon, MPFL March day 20. Some of the games that will be going down later to this weekend. 3 games postponed by the league management. The board of the Nigerian Premier Football League has postponed some match the 20 fixtures in the ongoing 2024-2025 season. The match involving Benin Insurance against Enyimba and Kwara United against Shooting Stars of Ibadan, Kano Pillars against Economic Warriors of Maiduguri, all postponed. But then other games will be going down later this weekend. Another interesting news coming from the Nigerian Premier Football League this afternoon. MPFL club to get 400 FIFA match ball ahead of the second half of the season. Yes, we talk about having the same match day ball across this country. I mean, we saw that in the European scene, the Premier League football, match day football, and of course, is a good one. Seeing the Nigerian Premier Football League also moving towards that direction. 20 balls per club.
I said this before the league started. I said when you do it right, a lot of good things will come to you. For example, when your referees are doing what they need to do, the TV rights comes in, the sponsor for the leagues, the matches are televised on TV. People are able to see it. And fans are coming to the stadium. Everything is put together the way it should be put. The people that knows how to do it were there to run the leagues. At least we are always seeing what they do in Europe. So when you put all these things in place and you are doing the right thing at the right time, surely all the good things of life will surely come to you.
Definitely.
Because when they are saying, okay, the leagues that we watch must have this ball. This ball they are bringing is what can I say? Is this for World Cup?
Yeah,
they have started the
production
of
the production for the next
World Cup.
Yeah.
That means the advert has already started. I think it's one company that
people start investing in the World Cup already.
Investing. So no nation. Because when you remember when we used Jabulani in South Africa, people were complaining. No, now the ball has been introduced into your league. So anybody you are bringing,
is it not late for us to start using an official match day ball in the second half of the season after playing the first 19 games?
My dear brother, it's not late.
All right.
We should have started using it at the first. So
that the player will get used to this ball.
We should have started using it at the first. But maybe they have not gotten all the necessary. When it comes to FIFA, the CAF or anything, they are always putting their things on paper.
Yeah.
You have to do all your necessary things. You know that we have not started using this thing, technology.
Definitely.
Most of the technology they are using on field, we have not started. I believe we've started using those technology now. I believe most of these good things will surely come to us again. So no country will complain that they introduce a ball that we cannot use, because some of your European players have started using it in Europe, and most of your local players have already started using it. This is the ball they might be using at the Nations Cup.
Yeah.
This is the ball they might be using at the next Champions League.
Yeah.
So nobody will complain that the ball is no goalkeeper will be complain that I can't use
I'm not used to this ball.
So it's a very good thing for bringing that. Even is a welcome development for our league. That means our league is coming up gradually.
All right, where will you be later this evening, because the Champions League is back? We have games like Atalanta, just like I mentioned earlier, Monaco against Aston Villa. But one of the biggest games that I'm expecting will be between Atletico Madrid and Bayer Leverkusen. Guys, it's about time to say our BYE on the show. Coach.
Thank you, everybody. By tomorrow, we'll be back here.
Definitely.
By special grace of God. Thank you. Have a blessed day.
Until I come your way later tomorrow for the midweek edition of Sport Today on 103.5 FM. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Start of trouble. I'm out of the studio.